All right, everybody, this is AK Dad Stuff, and it's a beautiful Friday evening. It's almost 7 o'clock in the evening here in North Pole, Alaska. But I told you a couple videos ago we were gonna do a project, and these are the components I have for the project. It should be fun, but I don't know if you can see them all. But what I got here is I got an old water softener tub. It's 18 inches in diameter and it's 32 inches tall. I have 9 bags of concrete. I have orange spray paint. I have black spray paint. I have a drawbar for my 3-point hitch, and I have a third hitch attachment right here. And we're going to try to put all this together to make one cool thing that is I'm pretty desperate in need of. And I know you guys probably have it figured out what it is, but I'm hoping to record the whole thing and let you guys know just how cheaply I did it. So stick around. We'll record bits and pieces of this and you'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to have this video out by the 1st of July. Today is the 29th of June, so that gives me a couple days to get this project done. So stick around, watch it, enjoy it, comment, and I hope you guys have fun. All right, so here we are. I've decided I'm gonna cut a couple holes in this tub. I'm gonna go 12 inches from the bottom up, and that's gonna be, that seems to be a reasonable height for what I wanna do. And for those that haven't figured it out yet, I'm making a counterweight for my tractor. Anytime I use the front end loader, I don't want to have my back blade on, because that sticks way out there, and I'm trying to do something that's going to be a little less bulky. I figured it out. There's a calculator on the web, on the interweb there, that you can figure out weight of concrete based on dimensions of a certain cylinder, box, or whatever you decide. And what I've come to the conclusion here is that if this tub is 18 inches in diameter, I'm going to cut it 25 inches tall, and that's going to give me 489 pounds of weight, plus whatever the drawbar is, which is 30 or 40 pounds. It's pretty heavy. So essentially I'm going to run the drawbar through this tub 12 inches up from the bottom, and then we'll fill that with concrete, and that's going to hold the drawbar in place. I haven't quite figured out what we're going to do for the hitch here at the top, but we'll figure that out too. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and measure this, and we're going to get started, start cutting. If I have to get this video out by Monday, then we're going to be pushing it. So there's 12 inches. There happens to already be a line right here, a seam. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice to already have a seam right there. But this hole that I need to cut is 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches by an inch. So I've got my handy dandy square right here. I just use a tape measure probably. Let's go make that. Can't even see those numbers. I'm getting so darned old. I'll make that a 1/2 inch. Right there, a 1/2 on each side. That'll get it right at 12 inches. And we'll get a 1/2 on each side over here. And there we go with that. And then we've got to come 2.5 inches from that center line. That's 1.25 inches right there. That's 1.25 inches on that side. We'll do the same thing here. 1.25 inches. I know, just boring watching some guy measure stuff and draw stuff, but here in a minute it's going to get loud and noisy, and then maybe you guys will like it. I might have to play music or something, I don't know, in this video. But we'll see. And this doesn't have to be perfect, because the hope is that the concrete will hold it in place. So I have this thing, I don't even know, it's like a little, well, in the nursing industry, we call that a cast saw, but I know that's not what it's called here, but that's what I'm going to use to cut this. So before we go on any further, let me see if the drawbar fits before I cut another one on the other side. Oh man, look at that. That's going to be beautiful. Yeah, that's going to work good. The cracks around the outside are minimal, so I doubt very much concrete's going to run through there. Maybe a little seepage, but I'll try to do it somewhere where that won't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the hole in the other side here in a second and go from there. The trick's going to be to find the center on the other side, because I don't have a seam right up there like I do on this side. All right. There is a hole right there, though. That'll work. Yeah, I mean, this little notch right here seems to be the center, so I'm going to use that when I look down in that hole. So I'm just a little bit on that side. So let's go to center 12 inches. Go over here. I'm going to go 11 and a half and 12 and a half. Oh man, look at that. So I guess that doesn't have to be super perfect, but it should be fairly close, I would think. Of course, I think, what have I done? Yeah, I should have come over this way just a little more. So let's put that there, put that there, bring that over here, bring that over here, because that's the center. So, all right. So now let's measure 2.5 inches. I think is what we said. One right there, right there, right there, right there. All right, close enough for government work, which is kind of funny because I work for the government, but which I suppose doesn't say much, but I tend to do a little higher quality work than that, especially considering I work on people. So, so hang on, we're going to cut this one down. Let's see what we got here. So, let's see if that drawbar slides all the way through there. Oh man, look at that. That's like it was almost cut to be like that. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be very cool. Then I haven't figured out, let me grab it here. I haven't figured out how I'm going to mount this yet, but it's got to go about the center of that barrel, and I'm thinking I'm just going to run a rod or something through this to give that concrete something to hang on to, and I'll just sink that down into the wet concrete, and because that's not going to bear as much weight as this bottom one, but it's certainly going to have a little bit of torque on it, but not very much. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this barrel down to the height that I want, and you guys don't need to watch that. And then it'll be close to time to start filling it up with concrete. So, all right, hang on. have it. We've got her cut down to our 25 inches. And yeah, 25 inches, so that's pretty good. It's going to be sweet. That's a lot of concrete. I can't believe them. I'm almost ready to start pouring concrete. So that's going to be, that'll be fun. But let's see, what time is it here? It's 7:30 in the evening. Of course, you know it don't get dark here in the wintertime or in the summertime, so I could keep going for quite some time. But what I got to do now is I got to figure out before I start doing concrete what I'm going to do, how I'm going to attach this before I get too far along. I don't want to start pouring concrete and then not have any way to mount this in there. So I'm going to stop for a second, go see what I got to put in here, and then we'll start back up. Okay, everybody, here we are. I almost made a big mistake, and I almost started filling this thing with concrete over here where I wasn't going to be able to get my tractor to it to pick it up and move it when I was done. So a little change of scenery here, but as you can see, I think this is what I'm going to do with this hitch. Is when I mount that in there, I'm going to mount it right in the middle, and that's going to bind on, and I think that's going to work good. I hope so anyway. So I'm going to get started filling concrete. Alright, so here I am. I started to fill this up with concrete, and I've got 3 bags in there right now. I'm not quite up to the drawbar yet, but you know, I bought this tractor so I wouldn't have to pick up heavy things because my boys left. But here I am picking up heavy things and dumping it in this barrel, and my boys aren't anywhere to be found. So, but I bought this concrete at Lowe's for $1. Torn bags. They weren't damaged. I mean, the outside package was damaged, but they have that plastic inside that protected it. So all this is all still good, and I couldn't believe it. They had 6 bags, and I bought all of those, and then I threw in 3 more bags, so to give me a total of 9. I was kind of hoping that 9 would not be enough. 9 will be 450 pounds, plus the weight of the drawbar. So who knows? We'll see. But now this next bag here, this is going to put us above the drawbar I got in there. So I'm going to have to make sure my drawbar's where I need it. But see, there's a chunk of concrete that it's kind of hardened right out of the bag. But that's why you pay only $1 for it. But most of it is good yet. I just couldn't see spending as much money for those weights as they charge. I just can't afford that myself. Just can't do it. So I struggled to spend as much as I did. But I paid $47 for the drawbar and that 3-point arm, or 3-point attachment at the top from Amazon, and that was with shipping and everything. So and then I paid $19 for the concrete, and I didn't pay anything for the barrel, and I think I bought 2 cans of paint, and that was $9. So I don't know what the total of that is, but it's certainly cheaper than the several hundred they want to sell you one of those things, I'll tell you. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 bags, so that's 200 pounds. Because like I said, these are 50-pound bags, not 60-pound bags. So when we get all done, I'm going to try and come up with a way to weigh this thing once it's all done. So the stuff is oozing out of there now. So I'm glad I didn't put that on the driveway. Mama would have really had a fit. Mama sure would have had a fit then. Especially if I'd have splashed a little on her fancy little yellow car with the flowers on. She'd have been mad. She'd have really been mad. Yet, but that's going to be the front side. I'm going to pop my watch off so I don't get it all nasty. I'm going to grab this contraption. I think I'm going to make this the front because it's nice and smooth. I'm going to try to find the center, which should be right where that drawbar is. But see, now, I wasn't thinking. Shovel. Now I'm thinking. Let us do that. Try to keep it in the center. That's pretty close. Let me measure it. That's 9. So I think my barrel is a little oblong here. So yeah, my barrel is a little bit oblong. But we're going to call that reasonably good. I know all you perfectionists hate that. But like I said, I am not one of them. We'll see how that works. That's pretty close, I'll tell you. That's real close. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and hose the outside off because I do not want to paint concrete. If we get all that off of there, it'll be a heck of a lot easier to paint. Bad enough, I got a clean it before I paint it. All right. So, I guess you guys we're going to let that all set up. You guys are going to get to see whether or not my lame brain idea works or not. So we'll see. I guess that's it for now. I'm kind of a mess. My good clothes. Mama's going to be mad. But when we come back, I'm hoping to pick it up with the tractor, maybe move it, and then we can take it wherever we need to, and then we can paint it. So, all right, until next time, see you.